What's up, MFers? Freaking excited for today's video. As you can tell, we are mixing it up, doing something a little bit different than we've been doing lately. We are out in the middle of nowhere and we are doing a little 24-hour wilderness survival challenge. As you can tell, got the big backpack back there behind me with a bunch of stuff in it. I'll tell you why in a second. But that does not include food or water. So I brought my fishing pole. I have one new Milliken fishing MF or fishing rod, a little bit of tackle, and that's it. So we're gonna have to catch our food, gather our water for this one. And this is all in preparation. I have a much larger hiking, backpacking trip where I'm gonna be going a little bit further, but that's coming up in the next couple days. I want to try out some new equipment. I went out and spent about $100 on some stuff from Amazon, so we'll kind of see how that works out, and then I can decide what to take with me on that trip that's coming up here this next week. Woke up this morning, drove about 4 hours from home out here, pretty much away from, I mean, there's probably a couple people out here, but I don't know if we'll come in contact with any of them. But basically the first thing we need to do is go find a place to set up camp, because we're gonna be camping tonight. There's a little creek that runs through here where we're hopefully gonna be able to catch some fish, hopefully trout, that we can eat for dinner, breakfast tomorrow. I don't even know how many meals, but it's about 11 o'clock in the morning right now, and we're gonna stick it out for about 24 hours into tomorrow. Been hiking for about 1.5 miles to 2 miles right now. The creek, I believe, is right yonder, but yeah, we need to find a flat place where hopefully we can build a fire. I got this new tent I'm gonna set up, and then at some point, once we get all set up and everything, we're gonna go give it a whirl. You guys be proud of me for how little I bought for fishing tackle. I have like a cup this big, but I'll show you all that stuff in just a second. I got some new tools and stuff I want to try out as well. But yeah, you guys have been asking for the camping videos, so I haven't done one in a long time. I'm super excited for this one. It's gonna be a good time. It's gonna be a good adventure. Hope I don't catch myself on fire, and hopefully we catch some fish and can figure out the boiling of the water situation, because we don't have either. There's the creek. That actually looks like a pretty awesome spot to camp right up there. It's got some nice gravel. Let's go check that out. All right, this might be home, guys. I like it because obviously a nice sand, bare spot. Everywhere else has all this grass, tall grass everywhere, which if you guys watch me in Porn Stash's video in South Dakota, that kind of sucked. We had to knock down like 6-foot reeds to put our tent on top of. But another thing I like about it, obviously, is look at this access right to the creek. Even got little cut banks where trout like to live. Look at this down here. You can even see little minnows working around right there. Obviously, really good looking grass edges around here. Lots of bends and stuff in the riverbed. And honestly, might be a pretty untouched area. So let me start unpacking the backpack and show you guys some of the stuff I got that's gonna be, I think, good for this trip. But yeah, after I show you guys what we got in the pack, we're gonna get the tent set up and then probably go do a little bit of fishing, see what lives in this creek. I'm very, very curious. I've fished this creek before, but nowhere near this section of it. Ugh. Hope you guys don't mind the profuse sweating. It's about 85 degrees, so I found myself a little half piece of shade. But let me show you guys what I brought. Got the little tripod in here. This is Miss Milliken Fishing. I actually got this backpack, so tell her thank you for this video. I like it though. It held everything I needed and more, and honestly it held more stuff than we're gonna need for this entire 24-hour trip. But let's start in the back. This is my new sleeping bag I got. Already had a sleeping bag, but it was from like 1994, so I figured it was time for an upgrade. Plus, came in this like compression sleeping bag holder bag, a bag in a bag. On to the inside. This is all I brought for fishing tackle. I'll show you guys what's in that when we go fishing here in a little bit. Hopefully that's sooner than later. Of course, camera gear. It's not very organized, you know, typical, usual stuff. That's my power bank that I'm just filling with sand. No big deal. Chest cam, everything. This guy is going to be our cooking apparatus. Don't work with them or anything, but going to be trying it out for the first time. Firebox Stove. Found him on Instagram, actually. I'll show you how that works. Hopefully when we get the fire going, and hopefully there's fish to cook over the top of it. This is another reason I'm probably look soaked right now. I have doused myself in this bug spray 3 times since I got here. The mosquitoes are absolutely out of their damn minds. I thought maybe since we've had a couple cold nights that it would be done with that. Like I said, it's about 85 degrees right now. At night, it's supposed to get down to like 40 tonight. So pretty chilly night tonight, but the skeets are still alive. So this is something that's definitely absolutely paramount. I was reading this book, actually, one of Dad Master's books. He had a survival book. It said worse and more dangerous than any type of bear, mountain lion, anything is mosquitoes and flies in a survival situation. So always make sure you got a little bit of bug spray. There goes my sunglasses. I'm losing everything right now. Alright, of course, we're going to need a hoodie. Got my 6 cents hoodie. Got another Milliken fishing t-shirt, underwear, pants, socks. It's exciting stuff, right? No, not at all. Great. Bags. I always like to carry Ziploc bags in a couple different sizes. Always come in handy to put fish in, whatever. This is very important as well, toilet paper. I'm sure we'll be needing that. Cooking supplies. All I brought was a little shaker of salt, pepper, Italian seasoning, and garlic powder, which should be really good on the fish, and some oil. That's it. No frying. Pan searing at best. This guy I'm pretty jacked about. This is a hatchet I got on Amazon. I think it was only like $8, but of course it comes with a paracord. I don't know if I'll be using that in a survival situation this time, but it was cheap. Looks sharp as balls. We're gonna use that to get some firewood, and obviously we're gonna cut stuff with it. Shocker. This is taking up way too much room and weighs way too much, but I got this cooking set. Like I said, I'm kind of bringing some stuff on this trip to kind of try it out for when we do a longer trip coming up here. But there's a lot in here. This is a big stock pot, obviously. Comes with a smaller guy inside, which we are probably going to use to boil water. Inside of that, cups, lids, silverwares. It's like a lot of spork action. I like sporks. Sporks are good. Sand, not so much. Frying pan action. I like this. Pan opens, closes back up. Should be able to fit some nice trout from the creek in here. Plates. As you guys can tell, this guy has everything we need and more. So 4 plates. Obviously, I don't think we're going to need the big pan really for anything. We're not going to need to boil that much water, but it's more or less just a holder at this point because every single thing in here fits inside of it nicely, which I really like. And this whole kit, which comes in this little handy bag, otherwise the top would be going all over the place, I'm sure. This whole thing was like $15, so very little money spent on a couple of these Amazon items. Sleeping bag, I forgot to tell you, was like $40. Had really good reviews. I don't know. I'll link everything I use down below, especially if I like it. If I don't like it, then don't buy it. Yeah, I'll tell you. Here's my water bottle. It's full of... it's empty now. Nothing in the water bottle, like I said. No water on this trip, no food, no water. We're gonna have to go take care of that here shortly. You guys might hear something rattling around though. We'll get to that in a second. And then here's another purchase off Amazon I'm excited about, especially today. I think this can be really, really handy. It's this shovel. It's a extendo shovel. So you go like that, and then you tighten this dude. And then you can shovel stuff. I know, shocking. But that's actually gonna be good because it's no open fires here. So we're gonna have to dig a fire pit. There's some rocks up there when we were coming in that we can put around the fire pit. We'll be good to go. But I like it. And like I said, cheap stuff. This was like $8 and it's metal. So I'm pretty happy with this purchase, honestly, especially next week when we're going a little bit harder in the paint. I think that guy is going to be much more needed. And it folds up to very, very small. I'm new to this backpacking stuff where we hike in everything, or almost everything, so that is a very good thing. In the top, don't have much up here, but I'm cheating. I'm bringing a lighter. This is a butane lighter, which I really like. Toothbrush, toothpaste, and my wallet, which is empty like usual because I buy stuff on Amazon apparently. One more thing in the bottom before we get to the fun part. I got a new tent. Look how small this thing is. It's tiny, and it's a 2-person tent. I want to get this one because it's small, made for backpacking, so really, really small. Comes in a nice waterproof holder guy. And I wanted a 2-person instead of a 1-person. I mean, it's still very, very small. But in case Miss Milliken Fishing or Dad Master come with me, which I totally plan on doing some backpacking and hiking and stuff with them, I want something a little bit bigger. So, got a new tent. And I said no water. I cheated. Well, I didn't cheat, but of course I had to have 2 or 4 rolling rocks. Rolling rock is not, I mean, I tell you guys this all the time. I like natty lights, but I also like very, very good like IPA stouts. I'm kind of a beer snob when it comes to that stuff, but at the same time I'll also drink natty lights, and I tried the new natty seltzer drink. Amazing. Natter Days, get some. But when I think of like trout fishing, stream fishing, natural, beautiful, natured stuff, this is a very, very good beer to enjoy in nature, especially with some fish. We need to catch some damn fish. So we got some rolling rocks in there. Those are going to be refreshing. But we probably should be having more than rolling rocks. We should be hydrating somewhat. And of course, memory cards, charging cords, and batteries in there. So first things first, I think we need to get this tent set up. We'll go from there. I'm really hoping this isn't difficult to put together because this is a different type of tent that I'm used to doing, and it's hot as balls outside right now. You guys can hear a lot of bugs everywhere out here, so hopefully that helps with the fishing situation. Let's look at this. This is how it always is as a tent. This will never want to fit in that bag like that ever in history. I'm just going to try to make this set up without filling it with sand. Like I said, it's a 2-person, yet it's not big by any means. Alright, so it appears it does not come with any type of stakes. It says if you do not have trekking poles, any stick can work. Use a natural fork in the stick or wrap the guy line once around the stick before staking the ground. The line to the ground. So we need to go find some sticks. Let's go find some sticks. Alright, I'm going with the hatchet to find some sticks. I took exact measurements. It needs to be precisely about waist high. And straight, of course. Straighter the better. We're in a damn forest. You think we'd be able to find some sticks. Please God, let us find some damn sticks. And then we'll just use ropes for the rest. This shouldn't take long, right? This looks good, actually. Yeah, we'll make that one work. We need the top to come to a point, and it kind of already does. God dang. You sharp, Gina. Alright, we might have found our sticks that quick. Boom. We also have a lot of wood for fires, which is also a boom. A successful boom. So we gotta get this to go through this little hole, so we're gonna need to sharpen him. Surprisingly, a hair more. And then we need to not stab our face off. Now we did it. Now we did it. Should have definitely got a live piece of wood for this. That might work if it's the right length. Alright, backside. Things are going really good, guys. Really good. Alright, so if I do end up surviving the night and linking this tent down below, let you know that when it says in the instructions that any stick will work, that's fabrication. Not any stick will work. Trust me, we're struggling already. I think the problem is we need this sumbitch facing the other direction. Look at that. It's a tent, sorta. Ish. Yeah, we're definitely have to put the outside stakes pulled away. I'm trying to cut my arm off with this, but it's a tent. I better not touch anything or it'll fall over. But I like it. Kind of. At times. I might be finding a new stick for right here because that ain't doing it for me, but besides that, I like it. One more. One more. And she's pretty. Alright. It's a sad looking tent, but it's a tent. Emphasis on it's a sad looking tent. I feel like we need those up in the trees, but honestly, for one person, this is going to work tonight. Let's check it out inside. Let's see how big it is. Carefully go in. So you can see, a little bigger in here than you would think. And apparently a little warmer too. All right, here we are. This is actually not as tiny as I thought it would be. I'm not a small person. I'm about 6'2", 235 pounds. And like I said, it's hot as balls in here. We're definitely gonna have to open these. Luckily, it does come with some of those guys up there. Some little bit of screen action. So we can unzip it from the outside. Same with down there, but like I said, it's supposed to get down to about 40 degrees tonight, so we're definitely going to need to warm this up and zip those back up. But for now, I'm gonna get my stuff thrown in here. Hopefully go catch some fish. Check out this sleeping bag, hopefully without getting it full of sand. So kind of like mummy style, but light, super lightweight, way smaller and way lighter than my other one, my old school one that I had. But let's get this put in here. Honestly, if it's hot in there tonight, that might be my pillow too, because I didn't bring one. All right, before we go catch dinner, hopefully, I think putting that up calls for a little celebration beer. Look at that. It's still coldish. We might have to put some, actually, the other ones on the edge of the creek in this cold water, because this is like spring-fed, super cold water. Rolling Rock is always so refreshing. Super happy with my beer choice. Hasn't been like tough work or anything getting in here today. Let's see how far we walked. I have 0 reception. We ended up hiking. We have gone 3.9 miles today so far. If you guys can see that, 9,471 steps. We've almost got our 10,000 steps in. I'm gonna put this guy away quick and then we're hitting the creek. Hopefully catch some trout. I know there's a lot of good trout in here. All right, made it down to a pretty good looking little stretch of creek right here. Lots of undercut banks and stuff. Got my MF for spinning rod. Pretty jacked about this. Like I told you guys, this is my all-around spinning rod. So not only will I be using it for like a lot of my bass fishing or most of my bass fishing spinning rod applications, but it's gonna get a workout in the bank fishing, creek fishing, trout fishing type stuff right here. And here's my my stuff I brought, my fishing tackle. This is it. This is the only thing I brought was this bag, which has scissors, which honestly we don't probably need that. Need some leader material. We have these power bait eggs for trout. Actually, I mean all this stuff's for trout. The old garlic egg. And night crawlers, which I came to really like in Colorado. Of course, didn't need the scissors because I brought the old 6th Sense jugulars, which have pliers and a clipper on them. We're gonna put those in the pocket. I think we're gonna start with this dude right here, see if they'll eat the night crawlers first, because they are much easier to fish with than the salmon eggs that come off every freaking cast. 8-pound braided mainline, 6-pound fluorocarbon leader, and these hooks that came over on the Mayflower is what we're going with. Actually, they're pretty stupid looking hooks, but I really like how they work for trout fishing. They hold the bait on the hook really, really well, and you want a really small hook, it seems like, for these guys, and a small bait. So, just kind of thread my worm through it. I think there's a lot of confusion from viewers and stuff about what they should be using when trout fishing, what size hooks and everything. I'm no expert, but that'll catch one. All right, just switched up to this spinner. I don't know if I showed you guys that, but let me show you this little contraption I brought. But this guy right here has spinners, little grasshopper lures, terminal tackle, everything. But as soon as I switched over from that worm, I started getting some follows. I don't know, fish are being super finicky. It's like they've been beat on or something. It is Monday, so entirely possible that they got pounded on all weekend by people up here, but don't think that's the case. They stock a lot of fish in this river, so hopefully we can make them go on the spinner. Easier way to fish too, make a lot further casts. There we go, finally. Little eater guy. Yes, man. That took long enough, that's for sure. And he took my spinner. Broke off my little leader. That's a white dude right there. He has like no color. But that's a rainbow trout, if I can ever get a hold of him. Man, he freaking got it deep. I have to do some surgery to get my guy back. Luckily I am keeping this guy, or else he wouldn't be doing so hot, but limit's 5. I think I'm keeping 5, or not. There we go. He's out of his damn mind. But limit's 5. I'm keeping 2 because I think that's all I'm gonna need for one person for dinner. Finally, man, I was starting to worry. Took some damn work to catch that dude. I'm gonna get him washed off, and then I'm gonna put him in my handy live well, like I was telling you guys. I use these dudes for a lot of things. These Ziploc bags. Kill him quick, put him out of his misery. Into the bag. It's actually not a bad eating size one. Like I said, 2 should be plenty for just me. I'm not gonna take any home because I don't have any type of refrigeration method. Sweet. Dinner. Just using a little Panther Martin black with gold blade. Hopefully you guys picked up some of that, but that guy came out and looked at it like 4 times. He was right underneath this little undercut grass patch right there. And finally he got it. Took some damn finessing to us for sure. We've actually hiked up the river. Wasn't planning on getting in, but we've gone up probably 3/4 of a mile, so maybe another mile from camp at least, from where we started. Been a lot of walking today, but those trout are gonna make it worth it. They're gonna be yummy. All right, let's do this again. There we go. There we go. The trout guy. Let's get him over here. That guy's a little prettier. And I'm glad I got him to the bank because he is off already. Dude, chill. Another rainbow. I can't get a hold of him today, guys. This guy. A little bit more of the rainbow colors. And yes, I'm putting my finger in his gill because, well, I'm eating him. Time to make the hike back to camp, I think, guys. I kind of, you know what? Screw that. Let's fish a little longer. I want to catch a couple more fish, even if I'm not taking them back. This is too fun. All right, so I don't mean to make it seem like a commercial for the old MFer series again, but this rod tip being so light has been like perfect. I am in love with this rod. I'll link it below as well, but it absorbs everything because these trout hit these treble hook baits so hard. I've had so many times in the past where I miss fish because they just are crushing it. About to take the rod out of your hands, but that little soft tip absorbs it and it flings this little spinner. I can throw it way up the creek. I got a feeling there's gonna be another one there, and there was. That's why we're staying in this area. Good little spot. Deep. Water's not moving very fast. Little cut banks everywhere. Did you guys see that? I knew there'd be a big one underneath there. Oh, there's two. I don't know if they saw me. I'm so close to him though. Now's the time I wish I had that worm on. Oh, he came after it again. He's touched it so many times. I don't know if he's gonna make a mistake and get it. Oh, 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 I got him. Yes. It took so many times. He was just coming out and looking at it. Like I said, we're only keeping two, so we're gonna make sure we don't kill this guy. Another beautiful rainbow. Dude, I'm letting you go. Yeah, this is gonna go well. All right. Bye, buddy. Let's see if we can catch his friend now. Hopefully he doesn't go back to his little nook and tell him, and he did. Oh, his friend came out and looked at it. That's why I love fishing for these trout. It's such a visual thing. It's like bed fishing almost with smallmouth or really any type of bass or bluegill or anything else. Honestly, my two favorite types of waders to fish, little tiny streams like this one, crystal clear, natural water, cold all year, and giant lakes. The two opposite spectrums, opposite ends of the spectrum, that is. Got another one right there. But yeah, that's fun. There we go, another one, another one. Oh my god, this is too fun. That guy smoked it. That's a different one. What do we got here? Looks like a brownie. Oh, he got it deep. We're gonna have to be careful with him. Hopefully we can use these pliers to get it out. Beautiful fish though. So you can see a little bit different coloration than the rainbow. Got those orange spots. Yeah, he just got in the roof of his mouth. Let's get this out of here. Get him back in the water. There we go. You're free. Sweet. I love throwing up to spots too where you can't see anything. You're just feeling for that bite. As much as I love the visual, when I get up to a spot like this where I can see, oh, I had another one bump it. They're definitely in little groups. Oh, he rolled on it. He's chasing still. Got him. Yes. This is the spot. We're gonna have to come back here tomorrow if we need some breakfast. Another rainbow. Released, free of harm. There he goes. Let's catch another one. We need to probably go start making a fire soon though. It's getting a little bit darker. We don't have near the sun that we had even a couple weeks ago. We're losing time like crazy every day. It's a sad time of the year for me. I love the outdoors. I want to be outside as much as possible, so. Come on. There we go, another one. Oh, that's a better one. There we go. Yes. That's the best one of the day so far. A rainbow. Beautiful rainbow. Again, not giant by any means. Didn't want to quit fighting either. Ooh, he about hooked me. God, they're so slippery. That's more like it. Once again, just a little stalker guy. You're free. Go, bud. Man, we're saving some lives today. You trout fanatics gotta be, I know I'm not throwing your fly rod, but you gotta be a little bit happy with me. I'm saving lives today and stuff. They love this spinner. Oh, another one chasing it. Oh, he's right here. Let's see if we can get him to eat. That little tiny worm or salmon egg or something, super effective in a creek like this because you can place it on these little undercut banks, and there's a lot of flat water, you know, dead water, stuff without undercut banks all over the place, so it's tough to fish a spinner a lot. There's not a lot of room to cast a treble hook bait, but it's a big but. They eat the shit out of it. If you have an area like this, another one. What was that? Oh, that was a brown too. Sweet. But when you have an area like this with a little bit deeper water, I'm just throwing it right down this alley, and they like it a lot. Freaking hot out here, guys. Have to walk like 1.5 miles back to the campsite. It was worth it though. We got these two beautiful rainbow trout. Gonna be a delicious dinner straight out of the river. Fishing started off slow, you know, kind of like when we were fishing in Wyoming or Idaho. I don't remember where we were at, but little creek out there. Started with the night crawler, the salmon eggs, live bait, stuff like that. They wouldn't touch it. I switched over to the inline spinner and immediately started whacking them. Same thing happened this time. You think I would freaking start with that? Maybe tomorrow morning we will. Yay! Our camp didn't get stolen. I don't know who the hell would steal it, but you get it. These bugs are freaking out of their minds. Like maybe the worst mosquitoes I've ever seen. Creeks and stuff, I guess, right? All right, first thing we're gonna do is get a fire going, get it going nice and healthy before we clean the fish. Change my mind on how we're going to cook the fish. I think you guys will like it a little bit better, but first thing, before we even go gather any wood, I'm gonna dig a little pit out. Like I said, no open fires here. So we gotta dig a pit, and then we're gonna use some of the rocks that I found on the embankment right back up there to contain it, but shouldn't be bad. Should we get a little fire? I like that. Steal some of these guys without getting carried away by spiders, hopefully. Bingo. Not mad at that. Looks good. That'll contain a fire. Alright, now we need, I'll show you guys why in a little bit, but we need like 2 Y-shaped sticks. You'll know soon enough. And then 1 small, sharp, living stick. I hope. Hopefully we can find that. There's enough living trees. I think we could create one. Absolutely we can. We're gonna do it. Alright. That's actually going to be perfect for one of them, and then we might be able to turn this guy into the other one. Let's get that down there to see first, and then we'll go get some regular wood for burning. Perfect. Even notch it a little bit more than it is already. Beautiful. Great. Good. Great. Grand. Wonderful. This is going to be perfect kindling. Just so happen to have a nice dead tree next to us. Make sure we don't snap the MFR rod in half. These are not going to work for our other piece, but these will be great to get the fire going. We're doing good. We're good on wood. A lot of places to go. Wood sucks. We're good this time. All right, we did it. We got 2 sticks over the top, even though I kind of want this one. And a little more. There we go. Sweet. All right, it's going to be our cooking top surface apparatus guy thing. I'm not doing so good on a big piece of wood, so these are going to be good, helpful. I like this guy. Definitely dry and hollow. Be good for burning. I changed my mind. I think I'm gonna clean the fish first. Let's do that. I changed my mind again. I might try to catch a fish by the tent because it's been taunting me how beautiful it looks right here the entire time we got here. One looked at it, then he saw me. Back to work. This is easily my favorite way to clean trout and really all fish, and that is right in a clean river, which is actually muddy from me walking around right here, but we'll get them out there and clean them off in the running water. But yeah, we're gonna leave these whole, take their heads off these trout. Nice eater size, nothing special, 13 or so inches probably. We're gonna cut the heads off them. We're gonna take the guts out. We're gonna cut the fins off them, and then we're gonna try to smoke them. I've never smoked them over a fire before, but I've had smoked trout. It's delicious. Just a way that I've never cooked them before, so doing something different on this video than I've done before. We'll do some new stuff. Yeah, if you've never had trout, or any fish, I guess, whole. God, I got stickers all over me. Grass seeds. Anyways, never had them whole like this. Basically, this is how you clean them. Take a pair of scissors, which is all you'll need. A knife works too, obviously. Sometimes, usually better. Cut it all the way up to the throat. This guy's actually got a bunch of eggs in there. I don't know if you guys can see that. It's pretty cool. That time of the year, I suppose. I would eat the eggs. Egg sacs, that is, right out of them, but I'm not a man yet. I will be someday. Wash them out a little bit, and then you're going to run your thumb against the spine. There's a layer of black grossness in the air bladder, but we're going to take all that black out. That's just going to make it fishier if you leave it in there. We don't want that. We're going to take the head. We're just going to pop them right off. These little fish like this, that's very, very simple. Good thing is we can pop them in the river just like so, and I don't think it's illegal to dump the whole carcass in, so don't do that, but gives back. Something else can eat them that way. Just dumps into a lake where the raccoons will get them. Get as much of that black out of there as you can. Pop these little fins out right here on the side. And we're about there, actually. We might be done. Let's be done. I'm good with that. Nice, beautiful, fresh trout, crystal clear water. Stocker, but it'll do. Everything was stocked at one point, right? Wait, no, that's not true. Look at this guy. He's full of these bugs. Wish I could match the hatch. It's like a little water bug looking guy. Interesting. He's full of them though. I don't have anything that looks like that. I got little grasshopper looking lures, but look at that. Loaded. Gross. Here they are though. I know you guys might be, for the sensitive folks at home, might not like to see that, but those are the bugs that are inside of them. I'm not a trout expert, so I have no idea what kind of bugs those are or what it means. He was eating a spinner though. Spinners work. You can't be too snobby with trout, right? No, you can. People are. Bougie ass trout dudes. Sweet. There it is. Okay, now we're gonna start the fire. Start by making some little shaving guys. Put this rock here so they wouldn't be sitting directly in the sand. Thought that'd be a good deal. Thought about bringing my carving knife. One of them anyway. Obviously that would have fit. Sweet. And I have a prison shank too. Get ready to put those on top. Get some bark ready. Stuff's gonna burn really well, I think. Hopefully. Everything's hopefully. Alright, let's light it. I'm such a cheater. Almost feel bad. There we go. Some bigger pieces out in here. All right, fire appears to be good to go for a while. We need to get that long, sharp, wet piece of wood that I think I'm looking at right now and I might use. I need to sharpen one though, and we're gonna hang the trout over the fire and the smoke. I've never cooked them like this. It's gonna be an experiment for sure. Yeah, this guy is wet. It's long enough. That might be our guy right there. We need to wash him off first, get the sand off. Make this guy sharp. Made a prison shank with the other one. Easy. So now that we need something sharp, it'll probably be a bitch. Okay, I lied. We made another prison shank. Let's get the trout on here. Hoping it's not too big of a stick. I don't know what the proper length of trout skewer is, but it might be too wide for these little dudes. Sucks. Yeah. Might actually work. Poor little trout. It actually worked, kinda. That'll actually be perfect. We just gotta get him all the way up the stick here without wrecking his body too much. And then we gotta figure his buddy out. Trout on a stick. I like it. Try your friend. Sweet. That worked surprisingly better than I thought it would. There we are. We need to work on our fire big time, but you guys get the point. The fire kinda is hot over to the side. That meat's already getting a little bit white, which is good. And I like that it's a little too long, that way we can slide it back and forth. It's perfection. It's gonna take some time, but we got beer and we got plenty of wood in the forest. Speaking of beer, we need to put these guys in the cooler. This looks right. Yep, that'll cool them down. Fire's going strong. Got my handy dandy plate. These guys appear to be done. That guy, he had a little bit of an issue. We'll be careful with him, but yeah. Meat's like totally firm, pink. Yeah, let's get those guys taken off there. Bon appetit. Oh yeah, that meat's gonna pull right off the bone. Definitely done. Skin is wrinkling because it's perfectly freaking smoked. By perfectly, I mean I did good enough, I hope. Let's go eat some, see how it tastes. Of course, gonna need to grab a beer out of the cooler quick. Yep, wee bit colder than she was. Kind of, like I said, not a lot of work exactly to get here or anything, but respect for the people that do this every video, because it's kind of a lot of work to get everything set up, get the food cooked in a manner like that. I need a drink, is what I know. Speaking of, we didn't get any water yet. We went like 5.5 miles today, I think, so far. So I shouldn't be hydrating with the old Rolling Rock refreshments with duckweed from the creek. But I never said I was smart. I said I was going to use that Firebox Stove as well. I think we're going to use that to boil some water shortly. Some of this water right out the creek. But without further ado, we need to try some of the trout. This part already has fallen off the bone. Let's give some of that a try. It's pretty damn good to me. Just kidding, it didn't fall off the bone. It's still bone. You guys saw that I packed the seasoning. I decided just to smoke it. No seasoning, no pan. I got this giant pot and pan set with me. I didn't use it. Look at that. Skin pulls right off after you smoke it. And the backbone will probably do the same. Let's see if we can pull the spine out. Look at that meat. There's my trout skin. Gonna have some raccoons at the campsite tonight. Doesn't get much better than this. Camping by a creek, catching fish out of the same creek, grabbing sticks from the surrounding area, starting a fire with a store-bought lighter, and then smoking it directly over the top with no seasoning, and then eating it right next to the creek with Rolling Rock that was probably frost brewed directly out of this creek or something. Clean-ish. That was delicious. I'm a big fan. I don't want to put this down though, into the sand. That rhymed. Mixtape dropping any second. So, plans for tomorrow. We should probably figure out what we're doing tomorrow. Wish I had a chair right now. I should build one out of a couple of those rocks and a log. Nah, I'm not going to do that. It'll take too much time. It's like being lazy and drinking a couple of these. Plans for tomorrow. I think we are going to, of course, fish. I'm obsessed with fishing, so we're going to do some fishing. And, wow, the flies really moved in. I think we're going to go check out this lake. The lake's supposed to be pretty good. It's a couple-mile hike from here. I've never fished the actual lake part of this. I've fished the creek quite a bit. Maybe see if there's a spillway or something in front of or behind it to hit. I've seen it on the map, so we're going to have to check that out. And if that doesn't work, we'll go back to the spot where we caught them tonight. Maybe try to catch the trout a different way and cook them a different way. I'm doing okay on water. I drank a bunch this morning before I came in. These are close enough to water. But yeah, I guess this is the part of the video where I need to ask you guys what you want to see in the near future. Comment down below. Of course, go subscribe if you're liking this type of camping video. We got a big one coming up that's going to be a good time. A little bit more serious, further hike in, way more serious fishing trip. We're going to have 3 rods or so. I'm going to have to figure out a way to put like a big box of tackle into my bag, which I think I'm going to do by not bringing that big pan set. Maybe just bring like a pan to cook on and something to boil water, and that's it. So I think that'll free up some space. So that's kind of what's been going through my head this whole trip, this whole day, I guess, is figuring out what to do with my hiking pack there. Obviously gonna need bug spray. The flies have moved in. It was mosquitoes earlier. The flies are like, I'll show you guys this, they're everywhere. Oh yeah, something else. I want to thank you guys Dropped that new Milliken fishing rod series, and Casey said the orders have been just freaking flying in. So much so that there's actually not like a ton left. So I think you guys have probably wiped out like half of the rods. And that's right now, not by the time this video gets posted, which will probably be 4 or 5 days from now. So if you are thinking about getting a MF or series rod, I'd love it so much. It supports me, it supports the channel, the cause, and of course 6 Sense Fishing. I wouldn't be able to do this without them. So go support them out. Use promo code MF10 if you want a badass fishing rod that's right about $100 with that discount code. And like we were saying in that video too, if you buy like one bait with it and get it up to $120, or you don't use the promo code, which you should, but yeah, you can get like a rod, a bait, and then you get like a 6 Sense shirt for free right now if you spend over $120. So good deal, free shipping. I mean, how could you go wrong? Flies, they're everywhere. You think the smoke could keep them away? They want to be on the tent. They want to be on me. They must like the sand. Well guys, time to hit the sack. All sorts of weird, crazy noises out here. It got dark so friggin' fast this time of year, like 7:15. But just kind of been chilling by the river, think about life. About to curl up in the sleeping bag. Hopefully not get carried away by the chupacabras tonight. Weird animal noises out here, but I need to figure out the tent situation as well. I think before my next trip, we're gonna get some actual tent stakes. I think it's gonna help a lot too if we tie the ropes on the edges to some trees or something. So planning is gonna be necessary with this tent. I like the tent. I like the idea of the tent. It's just she's a little saggy at this juncture of its career. But yeah, I'm gonna get up super early tomorrow, I think. First light or so. That's always the plan. Doesn't always pan out that way. And get back after the fish. Catch you guys then. Oh, you would think sand, as soft as it feels on your feet, would be a little bit more comfortable to sleep on. Nope. I think I'm gonna try to catch breakfast right behind us here, because that'd be cool, right? Sure. Oh no! First cast. Yeah, he ain't gonna bite again. Apparently, we made camp in a good spot, because it took about 2 more casts later to get another one. Breakfast. Yeah. I was telling you guys about the old Firebox Stove last night. We're gonna use it for this guy, so we're gonna cook this guy up a little bit different. I'm gonna clean him up first, and I'll show you how this works. All right, so clean this one a little bit different. Cut all the fins off besides the tail, which honestly probably chop that off too because my pan's not very big. But we skinned him. I know you guys are gonna all say, you gotta leave the skin on. It's so much more flavor. Trust me, this is a delicious way to eat them. It's how I've eaten them so many times in the past. We're gonna cook them up a little bit different than yesterday. Put them in our bag right here, and then we need to go gather some sticks. Well, that's the Firebox Stove. Basically put a bunch of twigs and stuff in there, get it started. Everything was a little wet this morning, so that was a little difficult. But it's got vents in the side, just like a chimney if you're lighting some charcoal or something. So it's a great conduit of heat, as you guys can tell. I'm gonna get it nice and level. We're gonna throw this little top on without burning our hands off. Actually, let's throw this guy on. That's hot. Sweet. Gonna get some oil heating up in our pan right here. Just canola oil. I mean, just enough to coat the bottom of it, really. We don't need a ton. I brought enough for like 3 meals. I don't know who I was trying to impress. And yeah, let's add some more sticks to that. Looks like it's getting a little low. Nice thing is there's holes in the side too, so you can add it in there. This is no type of paid promotion. I just reached out because this product looked badass on Instagram and dude was super cool. He's like, yeah man, I'll send you one. You look like you're in the outdoors a lot. It's like, yes, this is a fact. Here we are. We're just gonna take our little trout. That's gonna cook perfect in there. And we're gonna season them up real quick, nothing crazy. And we're finally gonna use that mix. God, I got sand all over everything I own. We're finally gonna use this little mix that I put together the other day. This guy. Just a little bit on each side. Like I said, salt and pepper, garlic powder, Italian seasoning. I think that's it. Looks good to go over here. Let's get them in the pan. Hopefully he shrinks up a little bit. Otherwise his tail's not going to get too cooked. That's okay. Need some more wood too. I mean, I don't care who you are. I think it's pretty freaking cool. I caught that trout right there. I cleaned him right there. And I'm cooking him right here. And this stove's awesome. I'm going to have to use this thing a lot more often. Once you get it started, it's hot. She got a little broken up and messy, but that is all good with me. Oh, it's gonna be delicious. We are back at the riverside eating again. Oh my god. That was part that got stuck to the pan. Crunchy. Doesn't get fresh than that, guys. Over the fire last night was delicious, but a little bit of oil, spices, it helped. Pretty soon, we're gonna pack up, get the hell out of here. Wasn't really expecting to wake up and miss one on my first cast and then catch one on like my third cast, but it definitely sped up the breakfast process. Probably could have caught a couple more too. It's something I'm definitely going to need to remember when I hike in. It's obvious, but like I said, I don't have a lot of experience doing it. Next week on that bigger trip, we don't have a refrigerator or any type of method to keep food, so you can only keep what you're going to catch and keep what you're going to catch. You can only keep what you're going to eat right then. It's pretty important because you don't want a bunch of food going to waste. But the spot we're going next week, I don't think it has any trout. It's got smallmouth, walleye, catfish, muskie, pike. It's gonna be a damn adventure. Well, we made it out alive and unscathed. Didn't find any water yet. I mean, we found it. We just didn't take the time to boil it and everything. We're out of the creek. I've drank water out of that creek before without boiling it. Not a very good idea. Don't ever do that. I was okay. It's a bad idea and stuff, but yeah, I think we're gonna hike down to this lake, take a look at the lake, make a few casts there. Pretty much just get some exercise in today. It's back to being hot again. We've been here, I just looked at my watch, about 24 hours exactly. Maybe 25 hours now even, but it's beautiful out here. I love this part of the country, of the state. Doesn't have the beautiful rocks and mountains and everything like out west in the Rockies and Colorado and Wyoming where I've been traveling. But it's definitely the wilderness still. Wild out here, minus this paved-ish dirt road that I found that I'm walking on, which has kind of been my leader of where I'm going. I don't have a compass or anything, and my phone has 0 reception, but let's go check out the lake, see if we can catch some there. Decided to bypass the old lake because the spillway was a little bit closer of a jaunt, and it looked, I know from the past, it's a little bit better fishing. I was hoping maybe we'd have a chance to get one more big trout, or who the hell knows what else, before we get out of here today. Yeah, the spillway's right up there. I've fished here before, but in the dead of winter. A little bit different right now. There's a deep pool right down here though. I think I'm gonna go check that out, and then we're gonna go walk all the way up to the area where the water's coming in. I can see fish down there already. It's gonna be like impossible to get down there. Cast from here, I suppose. Right away, immediate. What did we get? Look at that, a little tiny largemouth. I see bigger ones right there. Honestly, I probably should just get my ass down there, because this probably isn't gonna feel too good for this little dude. Throwing him back. Pretty crazy. I don't know if you guys can see this, but probably not. There's like a school, probably 20 little bass. Some of them aren't tiny, like the one we just caught. Some of them are a little bit bigger. Eat it, buddy. Here it comes. Pretty cool. Yeah, that looks real good. Gotta be big ones there, right? School minnows. There's been giant trout here in the past though, so I'm pretty confident this is the spot to get one. God dang. Bunch of babies in here. I thought we'd come up here and there'd be some better trout, not these little tiny bass. Must have all washed over the spillway. Look at these brave little souls going after my spinner. That's the tiniest damn bass. Hi, bud. Down he goes. We did it, the car. All right, on the road. A couple hours left on the drive today. I'd say everything went well. I was happy with it. Like I told you guys, I had never backpacked into my camping and fishing destination, so I was trying some new products. I really like the sleeping bag. The tent, I'm gonna have to get some hiking sticks, which I kind of already did. We kind of wanted some for Max for him to play around with, so it'll be perfect. I'll get some of those. I definitely want a sleeping pad. I slept like shit last night. Ground was too hard. I've been watching some videos, and there's some really small inflatable sleeping pads. I'm going to add that to the list, as well as a few other things you guys will have to check and see what we do next time. If you like this video, like I said, go hit the subscribe button. I want to know if you guys want to see more longer form camping style content, hiking and videos, backpacking, I guess, like this one right here. We got a very much more serious fishing wise one coming up, and hiking wise for that matter, next week. So thank you so much for watching this one at Meffers. Catch you soon. Peace.